This is the bottom of the front bumper. Now, I painted this with Eastwood Rust Encapsulator Plus paint. It looks really, really good. Interesting, a comparison is this is what the spray painted version looks like. So the paint has much more of a gloss and much more of a pop compared to the spray painted version. Now, when it comes to the blue H2, it is slowly coming alive. Absolutely incredible. So let's talk about it. This right here, this cover, this isn't chrome, this is plastic. I bought this off Amazon. It gets the job done. It actually looks really good in person. The handlebars, I'm not the biggest fan of. So if you do have your original handlebars, I would recommend using those. But regardless, it gets the job done. Something I want to point out is notice right there in the corner, see how nice and flat that is? You look up here and you look at this one, how it's shooting up. Unlike 99.99% of H2s, that's how they're going to look. What I found working to get that straightened out right there is that if you remove the second screw right here, so this is the first one's right here, then there's the second one. If you remove that second one, it makes it much flatter. And I wonder if this is how it was supposed to originally look like, and then it was just a design defect that gives it more of that angle. So this is original. I was able to track down these on Facebook Marketplace. Some dude literally had them in a drawer. Pretty cool. The red H2 logo, I'll be talking of that. That is Plasti dip. Now, if you go online, you see guys talking about using Plasti dip. They make it look super easy to use, and it's not bad. Actually, that H2 logo worked out fine the first time. The H2 logo on the truck bed looked good, but the one on the passenger side, I'm like on my fourth attempt. Something else I did right here is I put a small strip of Velcro right behind this piece right here. So that holds this piece down. Looks really good. That rubber piece on the top right there, that has been spray painted. Those three yellow marker lights, new gaskets, and they have been spray painted black around the ring at the bottom. So really happy in how those came out. Let's come back here. I want to show you guys something real quick. From the front bumper, I disassembled it, so there's two L's just like this. So I did spray paint this piece or these pieces as well. From what I've found out, working on my H2, you got parts all over the place. What I do is I keep them in the truck bed, I keep them in the front seat, passenger seat. It's a good way to keep things organized. To give you an idea of the before and after, you can see this is what it looked like before, and this is the after. So just what an absolute incredible difference. Again, this is what that faded paint that you're going to see, or faded plastic on a lot of H2s, and then you respray paint it and just, look at the difference. So this is going to look absolutely incredible once it's put back together. I want to talk to you guys about these use steps briefly. The best way to do these steps is with this is what I use, the SEM Trim Black Ultra, and I use this as well. This primer I like, but it's best not to mix and match primers. All right. Now on this step right here, it's a little bit darker than this one. I originally took this piece. I took this piece right here, and I have the Eastwood Rust Encapsulator Plus paint. So I originally put the paint on. This is cast iron, so it's not really going to rust. It just was a little too thick for this actual step, so I wiped it off the best I could. Looks like I actually chipped up the piece right here. So I'll have to respray paint this one. So that's why this one's just a little darker than this, but you can see the Hummer logo. I mean, these things were so faded. I also did the jack base, painted that with Eastwood Rust Encapsulator Plus, put that back underneath the latch right there. Is it necessary to, restore this jack and paint it? Not really, but for me, again, you start doing a little bit here and there and really can add up over time. This piece right here, this is your transfer case protector. That's Eastwood Rust Encapsulator Plus spray paint, red version. These caps on the front, let me show you guys right here. These caps right here, when you're taking these off, this whole piece might get stuck. It's a little jacked up, so when you're taking this off, this whole screw might come off. Taking this piece apart, it's really not that bad. You've got your wings right here. You take the wings off. Take all the bolts off on the back side underneath, and it more or less just comes apart. So you won't believe how light this piece is right now. Pretty interesting just to see that all disassembled. Okay, moving along. This is the red Plasti dip. They sell this in like 1,000 different colors. So if you are someone out there and you want to do a little fun project, this Plasti dip, it's really fun to work with. It feels like almost like a balloon when you're taking it off. Pro tip: goof off. Goo be gone. Oh, this is goof off. Interesting. I thought this was goo be gone. Anyway, this goof off stuff on those marker lights on the top, it will destroy these marker lights. It'll just burn the plastic. So do not use this stuff. Is just way too powerful to use on these lights. Something else interesting is that I bought, when you're working on your H2, these lights, you can see just how corroded and disgusting that gasket is. So you got to clean that gasket off. But I had ordered different gaskets and they came from China. So like one of the gaskets for like $6, it was super thin, and the one for $14 was much thicker. So I did spend the extra few bucks to get that thicker gasket. Makes for a much better seal on top of the roof. Okay, coming back here, what else do I have for you guys? I want to talk about this tire carrier. Now, this tire carrier I have painted with the Eastwood Rust Encapsulator Plus paint. Right here on the back side, there's two caps, right here and right there. Now, these caps, this hole wasn't as big. It just was all rusted out. So I made the hole a little bigger, just taking the crap off. I have a magnetic fishing tool, and I'm gonna have to fish it in there and pull out as much rust from inside there as possible. Real mess, but again, just me painting this much darker. This thing is never going to rust ever again. So very cool. I want to talk about another issue I ran into while taking this off. Right here, this bolt, I could not get this bolt off. So what I did was I came behind it and I just cut it right behind there. It did loosen up a little bit, so something to keep in mind. When it comes to the harness, I don't know where it's at. I think it's over here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. When it comes to the harness, this is what it looks like underneath. Okay, so you can see with my thumb I'm pressing down. That harness started in 2005. Late 2005 is when they started putting those harnesses on for the rear tire carrier. The harness connection is about right here. So if you come back, about, 6 inches from this location, that's where you're going to see that's where you're going to see that harness connection. Oh boy. Now on my 2005, I originally did have a tire carrier on that. However, they were running a T-tap I don't know if it was from the factory or somebody installed a T-tap. What it is, it connects into an electrical connection with electricity, and it looks like a T, and then it runs power to something else. So I took that off, and that's one of the reasons I took off the tire carrier on my yellow H2. When it comes to some new tools that I picked up an angle grinder. This thing is a lot of fun, a really nice tool to have in your arsenal. And I picked up a die grinder. This is a DeWalt set. Let me tell you guys, I wish I would have had these earlier. Makes for a lot of fun just stripping off rust. When it comes to taking off rust, working on this piece right here or any part of my H2, I found that a combination of the angle grinder, the die grinder, and wire wheels work best. Last thing on the tire carrier is that light that connects on that piece or whatever, the bolts were so fried that I just melted them down slowly and just kind of melted them off with the Dremel tool. It's pretty common to see them rusted at the bottom completely. So what else do I have for you guys? This paint, when it comes to, I recommend using the paint over the spray paint if possible. It looks really good. It's got a really nice shine to it. And this, again, H2 is just slowly coming along. Something else I want to talk about too is my brake lines actually went on my H2. There's a brake line in the rear section of my H2. I knew one of the brake lines is rusted, and I knew one needed to be replaced. And I said to myself, oh, I'll get it in the future. Don't worry about it. Well, what do you know? I'm going for a drive. I'm like, oh, hey, my brakes have just gone down to the floor. What's going on here? So definitely something to keep in mind. If you do have a brake line, you're like, hey, that looks like the brake line needs to be replaced back there. Replace it. Some of you guys might have heard, hey, what's a rusted brake line look like? Well, this is what they look like. Take a look right here. Just rusted and jacked up, and so that's what rusted brake lines look like. So I took a look on the rear passenger side, and it just pulled, like literally it just blew off. That's what happened from the pressure inside from the brake line. So all right guys, the H2, it's coming along, and I will give you guys another update soon.